maybe that's the future. Maybe the future is fruit. Our miniature, very miniature homestead, or homestead to be. Although I think it's probably a little bit small as a homestead, but it gives an idea of what the future may hold. They're ornamental, they're not edible. Anyway, so we'll have a look around. So, what we have along here is our recycling. And we have recycling of garden waste and kitchen waste. Basically 2 compost bins. And they'll recycle the majority of our waste, as can be seen there, and turned into lovely fertiliser for our lovely plants later on in the year. And we also have water butts, which are all at the moment quite full. So we just have the system where the water goes into the main bucket and then just goes down into 2 overflows. And obviously the use of that is quite self-explanatory. But it helps us grow things, needless to say. And these 2 plots here, we haven't yet decided what's going to go in them. Although Elaine has already planted that one with some flowers. This one we think we're going to be doing golden raspberries. I kind of fancy golden raspberries. I've sourced a nice product, but potentially a nice product of golden raspberries which can go in that plot. This plot over here is a plot of our black currants. That's the one, black currants. And they've got a nice crop of them growing, and for some reason, thankfully, birds aren't taking them. Probably the reason the birds aren't taking them is because they've got their own feeder over here, so they're more occupied with these. Hopefully that is the case. Anyway, sorry, just gone a bit too far there. So next to our black currants is our herbs. Now that's going crazy. This time of year, that goes crazy. I couldn't tell you what all of these herbs were, to be honest with you. But there's a very nice selection. This one I love particularly. This is called heel oil. I don't know if it's actually used in cooking, but I just thought, what a wonderful herb. And the fact that it's called heel oil pretty much says it all, doesn't it? Oh, and here we have our Christmas tree. Looking a little bit worse for wear, but I think it's going to survive for Christmas. All of this growth here is new, as you can see, nice new growth. So I'm hoping that Christmas tree is going to survive. Our main crop in this garden, as you can probably see, is rhubarb. We use a lot of rhubarb, and we've definitely got a lot of that. We have an early rhubarb over here, so we can have it for most of the year. So there's a little crop of early rhubarb, and then this is our later growing rhubarb here. Another crop that we have in this back garden is raspberries. They're all of our raspberry canes. You can see we've got quite a lot on there. I don't know if you can see, but got quite a lot on there. Hopefully they'll all turn into beautiful fruits for which we'll make jams, possibly jams. We have more flowers here, and here we have some potted fruits. I think we have loganberry, black currant. Which one's this one? Blueberry, and we have a fig tree. But up in the northeast of England where we are, I'm not sure that the fig tree is going to produce any figs, but it's growing reasonably well. We actually have some blueberries growing in that pot, as you can see. And that's a nice little thing. So we have a bit of fruit growing. We have more fruit down here. We have a few more herbs here, and we have more fruit growing down this end of the garden. Here we have a big plant of gooseberries that are doing really well. We've got some lovely gooseberries growing there. Beautiful. We also have red currants and white currants. That's what I believe. I'm not sure if these are red or white, but these are our red currants and white currants, doing reasonably well. We also have quite a few rogue raspberries, and if we're lucky down there we might have some rogue strawberries as well. Going through this little area here, and here we have our chickens. We have the 3 chickens, that's all we have, but they're not chickens. Well, they are chickens, but they're more a symbol of our homesteading future. They give us maybe, between the 3 of them, we might get 1 or 2 eggs a day, maybe, if we're lucky. This is a part of the garden which hasn't yet been done, as you can see. It's quite messy. This is our summer house, our cooking area. Ah, there we go. There's some strawberry plants I mentioned earlier. Underneath the plum tree, strawberry plants. So, there we go. So that's just a view around our garden, our homestead of the future, hopefully. Although I think the plan is to learn all the bits and bobs in this, learn all the things that we need to do, like learn to keep chickens, learn to grow fruit, learn what works well in the northeast and doesn't work well in the northeast. Clearly rhubarb works well, that might be the future. Raspberries clearly work well, black currants clearly work well, so maybe that's the future. Maybe the future is fruit and chickens. So, I think that's where we need to be. Just, this is our learning garden, and then from here we'll see what works well, take that forward into our homestead, hopefully a couple of years from now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.